help you understand the basics of angles and lines. In this lesson, students will learn about the different classification of angles: straight, right, obtuse, and acute. Students will also learn about the different classifications of lines: segment, ray, line, parallel, and perpendicular. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to classify acute, obtuse, and right angles and understand the basic properties of angles and lines. Let's look over some basic concepts. Right angles are always equal to 90 degrees. Most of the time, right angles will have a box, as seen in the picture, which indicates 90-degree angle. And 90-degree angles are also in an L shape. Okay? Acute angles are any angles that are less than 90 degrees. You can see this by comparing the acute angle to the right angle over here. You can see that the acute angle is much smaller than the right angle, which is why it is an acute angle. Obtuse angles are larger than 90 degrees. Okay, they're more than 90 degrees and they're much wider than the L shape as seen in the right angle picture. Straight angles are angles that are equal to 180 degrees. By this picture shows that straight angles are like a straight line. These are the basic definitions of different types of lines. So a segment are portions of lines that have two endpoints, and they're not continuous on either side, and this can be seen because of the two bullet points at the end of each line, which indicate endpoints. Lines are continuous on both ends, which is seen by the arrows on each end of the line. Rays are only continuous on one side. They have an endpoint on one side and an arrow on the other, and the arrow, remember, it indicates or it shows that it is continuous and it's going to keep going on that side. Parallel lines are lines that never intersect. They keep going, and if they were to keep going, keep running, if they're continuous, they have to be continuous, they will never intersect. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect to form a 90-degree angle. As you can see in this picture, these lines are intersecting, but they are forming a right angle in these corners, which shows that these are perpendicular lines. If they did not form a right angle, they will just be intersecting lines. So let's identify the parts of this angle. So this is the angle measurement, or where the angle measurement would go, and these two sides are the rays, okay? And if we go back to our previous slide, we can see that rays are exactly what it's being shown in this angle as well, okay? And this is the vertex of the angle. So let's do some practice problems and see what types of angles these are, okay? The first angle is much larger than a 90-degree angle. It's not forming an L shape, and it's not smaller than an L shape either, which means it has to be greater than 90 degrees, making it an obtuse angle, okay? The next angle is smaller than 90 degrees, and this can be seen because of the angle measurement given in the middle of the angle right here, okay? And also, if you were to draw an L shape, the L is much larger than this angle right here, making this angle an acute angle. And this angle looks like a perfect L, and it also has a box right here, which shows that it is 90 degrees. Making it a right angle. This line has two endpoints on either end from A to B, and it stops. It is not continuous at all, which makes it a segment. These two lines are lines because they're continuous on both ends and they will never intersect, making them parallel lines. This has one endpoint and a continuous on the other side, making this a ray. Since it is continuous on only one side, it is a ray, not a line. This has two lines that are intersecting to form a right angle, which can be seen by not only the L shape, but also the box, which indicates 90 degrees, making it a perpendicular line. Now remember, perpendicular lines have to form a 90-degree angle to be perpendicular, otherwise they will just be intersecting. So, a quick little activity or assignment is to go around your house and identify objects with different sized angles and identify whether they are acute or obtuse or right angles. For example, if we look at this playing card, the corner of this playing card would be a right angle because it forms a perfect L shape. These are some resources that will help you understand angles a lot better and lines as well. It has good activities and good practice on classifying different angles.